Joshua Lamont Baker, Mr. Baker, on count 2, I'll accept your plea of guilty and sentence you to 12 months on probation, a fine in the amount of $500. The fine is going to be $737.50. It may be more than that because it's a DUI, but that's the base amount of fees that go with that fine. So it may be a little bit more because of the DUI. It'll be 40 hours of community service, a substance abuse evaluation, and any treatment that might be offered. No alcohol or illicit drugs during the course of your probation. You're subject to random screens for alcohol and drugs. You need to take a risk reduction course on count 3, which will run concurrent, meaning the same time as count 2. You'll pay a fine in the amount of $100. That'll be $151.50. On count 4, that will run concurrent with count 2. You'll pay a fine in the amount of $200, which will be $298 with the surcharges, which means that you'll have 12 months to pay the fines and fees on this sentence. And count 1 will merge with count 2. Mr. White, did you have any questions or any comments regarding the sentence for Mr. Baker?
Your Honor, the only thing we would ask for a certificate of first conviction, Your Honor.
All right, no problem. So, Mr. Baker, how old are you, sir?
34.
All right, so Mr. Baker, you're good and grown. You know it all day, every day. No open containers in your car. That's the first thing you learn when you're learning how to drive. And second of all, you're driving under the influence with your tags all messed up. And I mean, do you want to live to be 36?
Your Honor, my tags were expired.
I'm not worried about your tags. I'm saying that's probably some of what got the attention of the officer, but you're driving under the influence. Do you want to live to be 36?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you want other people to live to be whatever age they're going to be?
Yes, Your Honor.
There's, I think I've read that Fayette County, every fatality that they've had, every traffic fatality that they've had, every fatality period has been due to DUI in the last year. So you don't want to take away anybody's life because of your irresponsibility, do we?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so think before you do that. Like I said, y'all got options. Y'all children, as my grandmother would say, have options. We didn't have Lyft or Uber. We either had to walk it or we either had to call a family member and hear all of this yik yak instead of, just paying a couple of dollars and being chauffeured around. You got me? Okay, so you don't get to take away anybody's life or ruin their lives by driving into them because you're DUI. So I'm going to put you in a breakout room with Mr. Carmichael. Mr. Carmichael is going to discuss with you your probation, and Mr. Carmichael, you want him to walk down there since he's in the courthouse?
Yes, ma'am. I'm in my office. 301.
All right. Okay, so Mr. Baker, you're gonna go out the courtroom door, and when you go outside the door, you're gonna turn to your right, walk down the hall, and you'll see probation. And if you go into the probation office, they'll get Mr. Carmichael for you, okay? And you can sit down and do your interview with Mr. Carmichael. Once you finish speaking with him, you do not have to come back to the court, but please understand, the quickest way to get rearrested is to miss your probation reports. You will come back to me. And if there's anything else that you have a hard time with, let your probation officer know. Don't hide from them because they will advocate on your behalf if you're doing what you're supposed to do. So there might be some things we can do to help you, but don't mess it up, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you have any questions for me?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so head on down the hall and we'll get you to Mr. Carmichael, okay?
Your Honor, briefly. I
Yes.
just want to put on the record that the defendant was in custody from August 11th of 2020 to August 14th of 2020. So he fulfilled the statutory custody requirement for the DUI.
All right, credit for time, sir. Wow, okay.
City of Detroit versus Chelsea Nicole Love, case number SB 1466544, counts 1, 2, and 3, SB 1466821. Appearance for the record, please.
Elwood S. Berry Jr. on behalf of Ms. Love. State your full name, Ms. Love.
Chelsea Nicole Love.
Okay, today is the date and time set for a pretrial in the matter. Yeah, valid license and insurance, ma'am?
Yes, I have both valid license and insurance. The car isn't in my name, but there is valid insurance on it now.
Let's see the insurance and run her license, please.
I just have the person who owns the vehicle sent me a screenshot of the insurance. How do I show that to you guys? Like with the policy and everything?
I'm gonna put this on my email address in the chat, or you can put it in the chat.
Okay. Okay.
If the license is valid and the insurance is good, I'll give you a blocking traffic, $175 and dismiss the other matters, all right?
Okay.
Zero offense doesn't abstract to the Secretary of State.
I'm sorry, what was stated about the Secretary of State?
It's a 0-point offense that doesn't abstract to the Secretary of State, $175.
Okay, thank you so much, Your Honor. And I just saved the screenshot and I'm getting ready to post it into the chat right now. I think that would be quicker than emailing. Okay, I just uploaded it.
This license is valid, but it's some pages long.
Well, I literally went, I'm sorry,
Miss Love,
I apologize.
you don't have to explain yourself. I don't know if it's much of an explanation for this, right?
My driving record, yes, it's horrible.
It's horrible.
But I've come a long way, Your Honor.
Well, we'll see about that. All right, the license is valid. Insurance, I'm accepting that as a valid. Offers offer is blocking traffic. I don't know how, you know something, I don't know if you are coming a long way. I think before I offer you that, I think you need to take a driving course. Because the allegations on this ticket are you failed to stop at a stop sign and you ran into somebody.
No, I did not run into anybody.
Wait. I'm not asking for your comment. And I didn't say that you were responsible. I said that's what the allegations say. So
I didn't hit anybody though. I didn't get into an accident. So I don't know why they're alleging that I hit anyone. I just ran the stop sign and I pulled over for the officer to pull me over because I noticed that I ran the stop sign.
Okay, so first, so that's your version of it, right?
Yes, we can call the officer in. It was a lady officer.
Right.
I was going past the stop sign.
It's not gonna be an offer. We'll set a trial date.
That's fine.
Formal hearing. and we'll get the officer's version of.
So they're saying there's an accident report or
Yeah,
something?
I told you didn't have to comment, ma'am.
No,
I
I'm
was
fine.
trying
I'm just
to-
not aware of there being an accident because I didn't get into one. So I'm not aware of that.
Okay.
3 tickets that I have was the failure to stop, the no insurance, the no valid license, and it was like failure to drive safely or something like that. But I never had.
Failure to use due care and caution.
Yes, those are the only 3. I never knew anything. I didn't get into an accident. I had my kids in the car. I didn't hit anyone.
Mr. Who's on this case?
I am, Your Honor.
Is failure to use due care and caution suggestive of an accident? If you know?
It does not, Your Honor.
It doesn't?
Well, if I may, Judge, suggestive was the word you were using. It may or may not. Sorry, Woody.
It may or may not. And that's what I was really getting at with Miss Love. Now, I didn't say that you just admitted to running the stop sign. Now, first of all,
I'm 100% guilty of it.
see, she talks too much. Come back on November the 3rd. I'm not gonna keep going back and forth with you. All right?
All right.
Have a great day, ma'am.
You too.
I'm sorry, Woody. I apologize for that.
No worries, no problem.
Court calls the case of the people versus Rayshawn Dawson.
Nicole Hughes on behalf of the people.
Sandra White on behalf of Rayshawn Dawson. Mr. Dawson, can you state your name?
Yes, Rayshawn Dawson.
Your
Okay, what
Honor,
are we
in this matter, I'm sorry. I was just appointed. I did have the opportunity to meet with Mr. Dawson. We're asking for an adjournment so I can get discovery and review it with him. I also would like to
All right.
address.
Okay. Is this the only thing holding him?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Probable cause conference will be adjourned August 31st, 2023, 9 a.m. as to bound.
Your Honor, I believe Mr. Dawson is currently in on a $10,000 bond. He failed to appear because he went to Alabama to take care of his sick daughter. He has lived in Michigan for the most part all of his life. He does have a job where he's worked for 5 years. We're asking for his bond to be reduced to $5,000 or a PR bond.
Response from the people.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm not sure what he failed to appear for, but that's certainly notable now to my argument that he has a history of failing to appear for something. This is his first PCC. He was arrested and arraigned in custody. He has not been released on this case. So perhaps there are other court dates he chooses not to appear for. I'm requesting that the defendant's bond stay ordered at $10,000. That's the amount that I requested on the bond form when I charged this case. The defendant is a convicted felon multiple times over. His felony of choice is delivering, manufacturing controlled substances. In 2018, he was convicted, his most recent felony, delivery, manufacture marijuana. Notable, he was originally charged with delivery, manufacture controlled substance, and it was reduced to marijuana. The defendant is a felon who is completely ineligible to possess any type of firearm. This case came into my office as a felonious assault. There were people standing by. He approached them with a firearm. However, I did not believe that it met the elements of felonious assault, so I did not charge it. Subsequently, the home that he was staying in was searched. When the firearm that he was possessing was recovered, the police informed him that the firearm was recovered. Despite being a convicted felon who cannot possess guns, he laughed and said, "Which one?" Your Honor, I'm requesting that his bond remain set at $10,000.
Anything else, Ms. White?
No, Your Honor.
Motion for bond reduction is denied. Bond will continue.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hey, lovely.
Ally Zenda on behalf of the people.
First Assistant Public Defender Kalina Anderson with and on behalf of Ms. Lovely. Ms. Lovely, can you state your name, please?
Yes, good morning. Alante Lovely.
And Your Honor, in this matter, we're requesting a preliminary exam, and at the appropriate time, may I address our bond, please?
Yes, I don't think I've addressed this yet. You did see there. Did we address the social media post yet?
No, Your Honor,
Yes.
those were posted there were other posts after we addressed it the last hearing.
No, you gotta be kidding me.
There were two posts, one that was, my stalker is playing victim, good thing I'm a survivor, and another post that said stalker is on the move on July 28th, which was after the hearing on the 27th. And then the GoFundMe was also never taken down.
You
If
want
I
this
may-
set for preliminary examination, is that correct, Ms. Anderson?
Your Honor, I was asking for a preliminary exam. I had spoken with Ms. Kirby with regards to violations and was told that there were no bond violations in relation to social media. So I just asked to confirm if that was before or after these additional ones that were just read off.
They were after, and I put you on the email when I submitted the motions, and I don't have an email where I said there were no violations. There were violations, which is the reason why there was no offer, which is what I said in my email.
Okay, I'll have to double check that. I had something different in my notes. So yes, Your Honor, we are asking for an exam. I'd ask that any bond violations be set over with that, so I have an opportunity to speak with Ms. Lovely.
Well, that's gonna be a problem because I'll just tell you this, I'll set preliminary examination August 29th, 2023, 9 a.m. That is before me. And I'm were the previous postings removed?
I believe everything else was removed except for the GoFundMe, but then she posted after the hearing on the 28th, the new posts.
I don't believe this. Here's my problem, Ms. Anderson, is the last hearing, what may have been inappropriate post and other things, I allowed this defendant to remain out, admonished her, told her exactly what to do. And now I'm looking here and must think I'm playing. And that I don't mean what I say. I don't know, your client wants to say something. If she wants to say something, you know what? I'll give you a breakout room to talk to her
Okay.
before I do what I'm gonna do. But I'll hear from her. So put them into a breakout room, 1/4 the matter.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. Court does call the case. People State of Michigan versus Alante Lovely.
Ally Zend on behalf of the people.
First Assistant Public Defender Quinn Anderson with it on behalf of Ms. Lovely.
All right. So I've set the exam. Now, where are we with regard to this bond issue?
Your Honor, I had a chance to speak with Ms. Lovely, and she indicates to me that the postings don't have anything to do with this case. I had a chance to review the motion as well as the documents that were attached. I don't see anything specific that's naming any particular person involved in this case. She's also indicated to me that she has taken everything down. We had a detailed discussion about not posting about this case and not posting at all, and the potential for deactivating the account in its entirety while this matter is pending. She is concerned as she's scheduled to have some visitation with her son next week. She's hopeful that Your Honor will give her another chance with regards to this, especially now that she's taken everything down. Other than that, Your Honor, we don't have anything additional to add.
Is the child's name Alan?
That's his middle name, Your Honor.
So explain to me this Love and Company LLC thing.
The Love and Company LLC is just my company, my production company. What was shown to me was my profile link called Tap Link, which goes from my social media to this various profile. However, the same day that I got from judgment from the last court, I took that down and updated that document to my public defender so she know exactly what it looks like now. And it doesn't look like that anymore. I've taken everything down, removed all the links that I had associated with any shares or comments or any post that may or may not have been related. And that's been since she told me to do that.
What case is that first post related to? Give me a case number. Says it's related to something else. Give me a case number so I can look
Your
it
Honor,
up.
it's
Because I
not a
don't believe
case.
that for one. I don't believe it for 1 minute.
Your Honor, that as I discussed with my public defender, I have been going through a different matter with my landlord.
Give me a case number.
That situation was an eviction case. And that the moments that I had with the bullying, harassment, and stalking from my landlord was a situation that was referenced.
Give me a case number.
I can give you the eviction case number associated with my apartment and the letter that stated that she's no longer around because of the situation. That's the only thing I can give you at this time. There's other things that's going on. I'm dealing with various things, but that was an old post that has been taken down that had nothing to do with this case and nothing to do with that case now either. Everything has been taken care of.
Anything else from the people?
No, Your Honor, just that I believe when the victim reached out to us, he said those were posted on July 28th from the screenshots. So I'm not sure exactly what those would be, but that was the date that we were given, but that's all from the people.
So ma'am, when were these posted?
They're not since deleted. I don't know the exact date, but it was when I got the notice from on my door from the landlord that stated again.
When was that?
That was July. It had to be near the end of July. There's a lot of things that are circling around this matter. So correlation, can I say it was right after that date? No, because I was in the process.
I'm not believing any of this.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So, well, you may be. Ms. Anderson, anything else you want to say?
Your Honor, I would ask if you would consider giving us some additional time if we can substantiate any of the eviction information or when that letter was presented to my client to try to pin down those dates for the court.
She's gonna have about 5 hours to get it to you. I'll set a hearing on it, but right now, I gave very specific instructions on July 27th, what she was supposed to do. I expect my instructions to be followed. I don't expect this to come up at all. And if you want to play fast and loose with the court's orders or how you think about how the court's orders are or what you're going to say regarding it, well, you can do that if you want, but you better be ready to go if you're going to come up against me on my orders. Defendant's bond is hereby revoked. Defendant is to report to the Washington County Jail by 6 p.m. this evening. Her failure to do so will result in a bench warrant being issued. I will set a bond hearing on this.
Next week at 3 o'clock, 20th.
I'll set a bond hearing on this for, that's 24.
Yes, sir.
Bond hearing on August 24th, 2023 at what time? 3 p.m. At 3 p.m. in person. So ma'am, I'm just gonna give you a fair warning. If you think I'm not, you didn't think I was serious about my last order. If you think I'm not serious about this order, you're gonna find yourself very wrong. Because if you're not in that jail by 6 p.m. this evening, I will send somebody to get you.
I understand,
you.
Your Honor. I'm sorry that you feel that way, and I hope we can resolve this.
You
matter.
better be quiet, because she's about to pick up a whole lot more, Miss Anderson.
And I'm sorry, Your Honor, I didn't get the exam date.
The exam date is on the 29th. Bond hearing I'm setting for the 24th at 3 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank
Court
you.
closed.